Welcome everyone to the Desbro Show. This is MJ, I'm Drew, and we like to talk about the latest news of pop culture, sports, and conspiracies.
And as always, you can follow us at the Desbro Show on Instagram. Go on our YouTube channel, type up top the Desbro Show. We'll pop right. We should be popping right up when you type us in. And of course, follow, comment, like, and subscribe. Please subscribe. I see that we have views, not a lot of subscriptions. It'd really be highly appreciated if you subscribe to the channel. And whether you like us or not, leave a comment. It's all gravy, man. Jumping on the gravy train. As you can see, it's 4th of July today that we're recording. And by the time we release this, it'll probably be the next day already.
It'll be probably the 5th or 6th.
Hopefully tomorrow, man. Let's try to get this uploaded tomorrow. But anyways, for everybody out there celebrating, happy 4th of July.
Hope you guys have a safe
God
day.
bless America. God bless America. Now, as far as what is your favorite all-time American song, dog?
All-time American song?
What would you say?
Honestly, just because growing up as a kid, Sandlot, when they play that song, Oh Beautiful.
America.
Yeah. In that version. Yes.
Whoa, that's my alarm. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that one right there.
Ways of rain.
Wait a minute.
But now, wait a minute.
Yeah, that part right there. Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
Sweet America. I could go on forever.
Dude, I like
and then
that.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez slams it out of the park. And
Only
fireworks go.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah. It always sticks in my mind, man, because we never had a neighborhood like that where it was a bunch of kids and times have changed. I don't think anybody, especially here in Dinuba or maybe in the United States, in California, maybe, I don't know, maybe in other states they're more like Hallmark. You know what I'm saying? Like a Hallmark movie.
I don't think anywhere's like that, actually.
You never know, man. There's probably some cities like that, man. There's good people out there like that. But like
True.
Here, we don't have like block parties or anything, you know?
Yeah.
And in that movie, it's pretty tight, man. Like I always see that part. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool as a kid to have something like that. You know, like a block party. You know,
Okay,
everybody's go play some ball, man. And everybody's running outside. There's fireworks, people eating, and it looked pretty tight. You know, it looks like something pretty cool.
You can tell the community went together to get all the fireworks on the street.
Right.
Street fireworks.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. That scene always sticks out to me, man. It's a beautiful scene.
It
you
is.
know?
It is.
And I remember as kids, like we didn't grow up with kids in the neighborhood, and if they did, they were from other areas.
Yeah.
But, you know, so we didn't have that. But anyway, man. So as far as that scene right there, that's a good one, man. I like it.
That's my choice.
As far as songs.
As far as
America,
yeah.
Sweet America.
Yeah.
I could go on forever, man. Yeah. And then it comes down from sea to that fool. From shining sea.
Yes. Yes. That's it. That's my song.
Yeah. And then again. But now wait a minute.
I like that. I like that. I like that song.
Yeah, that's the part we always like. Mm-hmm. But okay, for me, man, it's a tie, man. There's two I like. There's you sang it just a little bit ago. Living in America.
James Brown.
Nah. I don't even know what the hell he's saying. Living in America.
Hey, he's the godfather of soul. He doesn't have to say anything, man.
What's the thing that he says? He goes, there you go. Live in America.
That's the same song.
I know that part. I'm saying that part.
Yeah.
The chorus. And then I don't know what he says. Nah. I don't know what the hell he says. You know what's funny about James Brown, man? I always, whenever I think of James Brown, I think of that stupid meme where like,
oh, when he's sweaty,
he's all sweaty, and his face is like.
Dude, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I know those memes crack me up, dude, because it's like
Are you hot?
Yeah,
no, I'm not.
No, I'm good. It shows me, and it shows James Brown all sweaty. Oh man, I know people say, "Oh, I hate the heat." I'm not one for the heat. No. I hate the heat. Like dog. Years ago, here's something a lot of people don't know: is I suffered a heat stroke when I was like 21 years old. So they say you suffer one again, you could literally have it, not a heart attack, but a seizure.
Okay.
You can literally like my wife has a coworker. I guess her husband suffered a stroke because he had two heat strokes, and literally left like half his face paralyzed.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Damn, what a turn we took here. Damn, my bad. Let's get
turned really dark.
Yeah, my bad.
Thank you so much for doing that.
Anyways, yeah. So I hate the heat, man. But anywho, what about favorite movie?
Honestly,
USA.
USA, all American
Mighty
movie.
Ducks. Mighty Ducks 2.
Mighty Ducks 2.
My wife would say that she loves Mighty Ducks 2. All she ever does is quote Mighty Ducks 2.
All right.
So she'd probably say that's her favorite.
All
But
right.
anyways, what's yours, man?
Honestly, All American Patriot, man.
All American
Gibson.
Patriot.
Mel Gibson's The Patriot.
My bad. The Patriot.
The Patriot.
It's not called the All American. I'm
No,
gonna slap you.
I'm
gonna slap you.
Well, no, the All American movie, man. That's
The All American movie, The Patriot.
The Patriot, bro.
Dude, you were on
Mel
the
Gibson.
roll. You were on
Mel
the
Gibson's
roll.
The
Damn,
Patriot.
I wish I would have said that one.
That's my choice.
Yeah,
man.
now, I would have to say Independence Day.
All right.
With Will Smith,
All
the
right.
aliens.
Okay.
You know, that's Mom's favorite movie. We watch it every year.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Damn, we should put on The Patriot, man. That's not a bad idea. That's a good one. I love it. I love The Patriot. That's a damn good movie.
It is a good movie.
Independence Day. You could say Rocky, but I like more watching. I like watching Rocky during the wintertime.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Thanksgiving, Christmas, when it's damp, everything's warm. You know, it's a little dark outside and it's grimy.
Yeah.
You know, it matches the you know the landscape or whatever you want to call it, the tone of the movie. You know, that's me. I don't know.
Okay. All right. No, that's a good choice. You
Yeah.
know, like so it's real to you. It's more Rocky's more like a November Christmas movie.
Yep,
man.
absolutely.
Like,
Kind of
watch it
like
around.
Harry Potter, man.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a good time to watch Harry Potter.
Same thing with Lord of the Rings. I say Lord of the Rings is also a good winter movie to watch.
I can kind of watch that anytime.
That's my part right there.
Yeah, but now one more song I want to sing is American Badass by Kid Rock.
Okay.
I am American Badass.
All right.
You know where that song came from, right? The beat or the original where it's
Okay.
sampled from?
What was it from exactly?
Okay, there. I would play the song, but I don't want to get sued or I don't want to get copyright, so I'm just gonna. I don't know. Maybe I could.
I mean,
I think I can because it's not coming from the actual source.
Yeah, I
Okay,
guess you
come
could
on,
say-
dude, come on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Metallica, right? The Metallica song. Okay, there you go.
got it.
I was like,
Man, I was
my
about,
mind-
about to slap you again. I'm gonna slap you, man, Rashad. I'm gonna slap you. I'm gonna slap you. But as you can tell, we're very energetic today, man. Not only is it Independence Day, but I didn't have to work today, man. So I had a day off.
He's
so
full
I'm
of
like
energy right
Full of
now.
energy. We had lunch. We're not starving, man. It's gonna be great.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as food, speaking of lunch, food. What's your favorite food on 4th of July?
4th of July.
Tacos, you son of a. That is not American.
I didn't even say tacos. What in the world? I mean, I love tacos, but that's another.
We're talking about Independence Day, 4th of July.
4th of July. I don't know. Like me personally, I'll just say like you know, fresh off the grill, you know, hamburger, bro.
Yeah,
Barbecue
good
hamburger.
old hot dogs and hamburgers. You know, if you want to get fancy, maybe some tri-tip.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Good
yeah.
old tri-tip
you can get some
sandwiches.
tri-tip sandwiches.
Maybe
yeah,
some
yeah.
ribs.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Some ribs. I gotta say, yeah, just for me, hamburgers and hot dogs, man. Matter of fact, that's what we're having tonight after the show. Good old
But like,
fashioned barbecued hamburgers.
but like you said too, like a good old pair of ribs,
corn on the cob.
a good old thing of rack of ribs, and you know,
Ooh.
tri-tip. You know that is a all American thing too.
Damn right, man. Damn right. God bless America. God bless that we live in this country too, man. It's not the most perfect country, but damn it, it's 10 times a lot better than other ones.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're in Poland. Poland's freaking awesome, dude. That president over there.
Oh, yeah.
It's Poland, right?
I believe it's Poland.
Yeah. You guys have a chance. Look at Poland. That's a I think that's second to America I would live in, honestly, man. It's Poland.
Okay.
Yeah. It is Poland, man. Yeah. See, strict immigration policy. Yeah, so they got it's this guy right here.
Okay.
Yeah. No. They're awesome, man, and very safe. You know, they don't mind immigrants. They don't
Oh,
mind.
no, they don't.
Same here, man. If you come here legally, you're vetted. You're not a criminal. You could come on this country and live here. That's their thing. So it's a very peaceful nation. I mean, there's hardly any crimes. And you have your freedoms, especially they're all Christian. You need to be Christian if you want to live there.
Yeah.
They prefer Christianity. They don't want no stinking Muslims. They don't want none of that there, you know? So, yeah, that sounds like a good utopia to live in. I wouldn't mind living there, man. You know? I mean, if all else fails, America goes to crap, say in 4 more years, we get a crappy politician. They ruin the country. Crimes run rampant. I mean, us as homeowners or whatever don't have rights. The criminals have more rights than us,
Yeah.
which is almost like California in a way. I would get the hell out of Dodge, man. I would leave, dude. Honestly, I would get out of America, because America would be ruined by then, and there's no point of living here.
Yeah.
But God forbid that does not happen. Anywho, all right, let's get on course, man. Besides good old American justice,
Yeah.
what you been up to, man? How's life treating you?
Life has been great. I watched I watched two
I know
good.
I'm not buff. I'm trying. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Looks. Oh, I look better. Look at that on camera.
Okay, so like I want to
Rip my
say.
shirt.
Okay, so I want to say that
Feeling myself, man.
I saw two. I like so far we saw two movies. So back to back. I've seen 28 Years Later, which is a good one.
We saw that. Yeah,
we
we
saw that one.
me, you, and Dad went to go see
Yeah,
it.
we went to go see that.
I
one.
liked it, man.
I
A lot
liked
of
it.
people
I enjoyed it.
crapped on. I'm trying not to cuss much. Crapped on it, but I liked it.
Yeah, I
Dude.
really
thought it
enjoyed
was
it.
great, man. Especially that first scene.
Yeah, well,
The
like,
first like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes of it.
me personally,
Damn.
I just watched it as like watching Mad Max because there's a lot of things that are just like weird and odd, but when you live in a world like that, of course the world around you is going to be weird and odd, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe that's what people had issues with problems with it. I don't know. I didn't really have a. The ending was just.
Well, what I saw, a lot of people thought it was just a weird movie, especially with the doctor and the skulls.
And that's the thing
and
too.
then the ending was a little weird.
And see that didn't bother me. You know.
That didn't bother me.
It didn't bother me because
yeah.
they live in a world of
Mad Max. It's like
you said, it's like Mad Max.
Yeah.
So it didn't bother me at all. Like, what do you expect? How you expected them to be like still like living normal lives? Like, no, you're isolated. You're not going to be watching what other countries are watching. You're isolated from the world. So of course life's going to be different there, and your mentality is going to be different as well.
So here's one gripe I do have with the whole series or the whole movie or whatever.
Okay.
So this is just the UK, right?
Yes.
Okay, so those people migrated. They created their own little island. How come other countries don't send supplies, electronics, weapons?
So it's
is that mentioned in the movie, or are you just making your own assumptions?
No. So it's kind of heavily implied
what
that the country itself of England, the island itself, is not isolated. No one can set foot there.
No. I'm talking about the new island they're living on.
Okay.
They're starting brand new. I thought it was pretty tight because they're showing like they're all there. They have the bows and arrows. They're like starting from like back in the days, like the medieval times, right?
Yeah.
They're farming. They're they got agriculture. They got animals. They're hunting. They got bows and arrows. They don't have guns. They don't have electronics. Okay, my question is, how come the United States or other countries don't give them supplies?
Well, then
computers, internet.
So what it
phones.
is that I think is.
Come on, dog.
So here's the thing.
Don't make shit up. Come on.
If they're going to be sending those supplies there, they're going to have to set foot there, right, on the island to send those supplies, right?
No, they don't. They can just drop a care package, dog. A low-hanging helicopter, drop off a care package, just some laptops.
Okay, so you found a little loophole.
Yeah, man, that doesn't make sense to me, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So that's your
that's my gripe.
That's a good gripe.
It's very unrealistic. Very, very. I know it's a movie and you're supposed to have fun, and I had a great time watching it.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm like, dog, this is pretty unrealistic, man. Now, it would make more sense if the whole world was filled with zombies.
Okay.
And that island is a safe island, and there's other safe islands around, and literally humanity as the world, we had to start from scratch.
Yeah.
That would make more sense.
Okay.
But it just when you're watching this movie, you're set in this world. You think you're isolated and nobody else is around, but once the movie's over and you go and you're like, you think, dude, like the logic side of you kicks in. You're like, dog, they could have had plenty of help.
Yeah.
Weapons.
Okay.
They could have nuked, and that's the other thing. I'm pretty sure the United States or the UN or whatever would
United
nuke.
Nations would talk it over and
And
be
they
like,
would
hey,
nuke
let's do.
the UK and just obliterate all the zombies.
Yeah.
Everybody's until the end, you have those psychos, that occultist psycho crackhead guy.
Which I'm really excited for part 2 after that.
Yeah.
Skull Temple.
Man, I can't wait till I know this sounds brutal. I can't wait till they kill him. I hope it's the dad that kills him.
Oh yeah.
Here's my synopsis. Here's my prediction. Dad's gonna go over there. The bad guy's gonna kill the dad. The son's gonna get revenge and kill the bad guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see that. I can see that right there. Yeah. And I don't know, like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what part 2.
Me too. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm still gonna watch the third one.
Oh yeah.
But and then you said you saw F1, right? I want to see that one. You mentioned it the other day. I really want to see that one.
That one's actually really.
You know where I want to see it though? I want to see it in the 4DX or whatever. The 4X.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, man. They say it's dope, dude.
So with F1, dude, I don't know. Me personally, it's just when
I'm almost out of water.
Like if you want to go to the movies and you're tired of the superhero films and you just want to go and just watch a feel good movie, that's what F1 is. F1 is just a wild ride, and it's just an all-time feel-good movie, man. Like, I went to the theater to know what I was gonna watch, and I came out satisfied. You know, it was.
Well, I hear it's a good movie.
It's a really good. It's actually really good. You know, you have, yeah, you get the stereotypical, story of, the old ragtag driver and the young hotshot. You got that. You got that dynamic, but other than that, though, like the rest of the when you're in for the ride and just watching it just to watch a good movie, like when you see that movie, that meme Cinema.
Yeah,
Absolute Cinema with
Absolute Cinema.
Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
Absolute Cinema. That's what I got from this movie. I'm like
Absolute Cinema.
Yeah, and I'm like, to me personally, I'm like, these are these are movies that should drive us to go to the theater. These are theater films. Blockbuster, all around, great acting, good storytelling film.
Yeah.
So that's what I got from this movie right here. I had a great time.
Man. I know me and Anna want to go watch it sometime, man. I don't know if we're gonna see it this weekend. We might just chill, not go see a movie, just get dinner and chill.
I say watch it.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
you will not waste your time.
Yeah, because we fell in love with that movie, man. We kind of fell in love with NASCAR. Don't get me wrong. We don't watch NASCAR all the time, but whenever it's on TV, we catch it. If we're bored, we'll turn it on.
Wasn't it Ford versus Ferrari that got you into it?
Ford versus Ferrari got us into that, man. That's a badass movie too. You seen that one or no?
No, I have not seen that one.
You gotta watch. You watched F1. You gotta watch this.
Oh
one
yeah,
too.
no, I do. I really do. But yeah, F1, man, they show all the stuff they do, like from the people in the back seat directing them. Like I understand with Ford versus Ferrari, it's done a little bit differently.
Yeah, it's old school. It's from the 50s or something.
But
I don't know.
The modern day, it shows how much of a teamwork the Formula One or NASCAR is. You have people behind desks looking at screens telling the driver directions or coordination and everything, dude. It's a lot of work, man, and it's a huge teamwork. One mess up, it all goes to spit. Yeah, so it's a check out Formula One. I would say that one. That's the movie to watch of the year so far.
Yeah. Now, as for me, man, the Giants, since we last talked, barely starting Thursday, I believe. No, Wednesday. They finally won against the Diamondbacks, and then they won again. So it was a 2-2 series, and I'm pretty sure there's a term for that. But remember, I barely got into baseball about 5 years ago, right? And for those who don't know, go Giants. We used to be A's fans. And then the ownership screwed over all the A's fans and got out of Oakland. They're in Sacktown right now, some crappy-ass little stadium.
Yeah.
And then they're going to go to Vegas, which is going to be dope. I mean, they're going to have a brand-new stadium. It might be they're going to kind of make like a dome.
Okay.
It's going to be halfway a dome. It's still going to be in the open, but they're going to have a dome. Pretty state-of-the-art, pretty dope. But they're going to be in Vegas, man. I wanted to stay in Cali.
Yeah. So
when we were looking for teams last year, this was last year, before the beginning of the 2024 season.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what, bro? I'm a Niner fan. We're Niner fans. I want to stick to the Bay. I want to be true to the Bay, faithful to the Bay. So we became Giants fans, And a lot of people, you can't call us a bandwagon because we joined when they were at their lowest last year.
Yeah.
So we're not bad. Now people were like, you should have been Dodgers fans, but then we would have been bandwagoners, man, because they were at the highs. They won the World Series last year.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a bandwagon fan. Number one, number two, I don't really like LA. Number three, I mean, I don't like Frisco. How about this? I don't like the politics of Frisco.
Okay.
But I love the scenery. I love the city.
It's a beautiful place.
And I love the sports.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So here we are, Giants fans. This year they're doing pretty damn good, and we hit a slump this last month, but it looks like we're back on the saddle again, man. And last night we beat the Diamondbacks 7-2.
Okay.
And Robbie Ray pitched the whole game, man. They didn't move him. He pitched the whole game, dog. Robbie Ray.
Okay.
And 7 strikeouts. He killed it, man. Devers got a hit. He got a score. Ramos, I believe. Yaz. Lee. It was a dope-ass game, man. We were over there celebrating the fireworks, but I was on my phone checking out the scores and who was scoring.
Okay.
But tonight is Battle of the Bay. It's against the Oakland A's. Speaking of the Oakland A's.
All right.
So it's against our old team, man. And that should be fun. I'll catch a little bit. If I don't see it on TV tonight, I'll watch it on my phone.
Okay.
Maybe just listen to the radio. I'm like old school dude. There's a YouTube channel where they play the radio station.
All right.
So you hear 1-2 pitch coming on. It's hilarious, dude. I love it though, man. It's cool. Kind of brings me back, man.
All right.
To that time. It's pretty dope, man. I'm not gonna lie. I actually enjoy listening to baseball. You hear it's cool too because you hear the crowd and a swing and a miss. It's the coolest freaking thing, dude. I'll show it to you tonight, man, because we're gonna come over, for barbecue. But
All right, I'll give it a
anyways,
look.
man,
I'll give it a look.
Brandon, go Giants. He's gonna hate me for that.
He's gonna be
Hey,
mad.
congratulations, man.
Yeah,
You're a dad. Shout out to Brandon. Yeah, how
Mm-hmm.
about this? How about if I take this off, Brandon? You'd be a little bit happier. Congratulations, brother. Welcome to fatherhood, man. You're gonna love it. Trust me. It's a blast. All right. Now you can take me serious again.
Okay. All
I mean,
right.
now he can hate me again. Yeah, man, congratulations. Dude, there's this trend, man. I think I sent you some videos of those kids from Indonesia. They're on those boats.
Oh yeah, and they're
You know,
just going.
they're
like,
on those boats.
oh.
And they're dancing. It looks retarded the way I do it because I don't want to hit anything,
Yeah,
man.
you're
I don't
good,
want to
you're
move
good,
too
you're
much.
good.
I'll knock things down.
Yeah, they go things like this. And they
Yeah,
go like that.
Dude,
That takes a lot of balance, man.
It's a lot of balance, dude. But the dancing's pretty dope, man. It looks dope because they're like bouncing on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
They're bouncing on the boat and they're doing all their little hand
And they're
signals
going fast, dude. Those boats
yeah,
are
dude, they're going
so
fast.
And the person in the back just making a huge beat. Going,
Yeah. So they have the rowers. It's for those who don't know. There's this boat race in Indonesia, and it's been going on for I don't know how many years, man. But everybody's rowing. It's a competition. These long boats.
Before they even start, though, they make sure that they get like a high priest to like bless
the boat.
the boat and to bless the kid who's going to ride, because they could fall any moment. So they kind of bless him to be like, hey, may God be with
safe.
you. Be safe.
Yeah, and you got the guy in the back of the boat playing a beat. I don't know if he's playing a drum, making a beat, and then you got the kid in the front bouncing, dude, and he's dancing. He's doing these badass gestures and everything, And it's a cool thing, man, when you guys have a chance. As a matter of fact, I might pull one up, man. Pull up a video.
All right.
I'll show you which one. There's a bunch of videos out there, a bunch of memes out there. All right, check it out. Yeah, so see that right there?
Yep.
Yeah, move the mouse. Look at that. Get it, kid. Get it. Hey, oh, see that? Get it. Get it. Do the point. It's pretty dope.
And look
man.
at those. Look how
at those.
fast they're going, dude.
Yeah, look at them go. Here's another replay of it. Get it, dude. Get it. I guess they call that kid the Reaper. He's like the number one dancer, I guess I want to say. I don't know,
right.
that sounds kind of fruity, but he's the number one. There's a name for it, man. I can't remember the name for what they do. Those guys do, but yeah, he even has a nickname. They label him the Reaper.
All right.
But yeah, there's a lot of memes out there, man, where there's guys like, when I get thrown into the middle of the dance floor, during a wedding or whatever, and they start copying those moves. It's pretty funny, man.
All right.
And hey, I want to give a shout out to Diego Luna, the soccer player.
Okay.
It's gonna be United States versus Mexico. Go USA, man! Look, I'll be wearing this on Sunday again, baby. Don't get that right, man. It's gonna be smelling like smoke. It's gonna smell like fireworks, some barbecue, but I'll still be wearing it on Sunday. I'll smell like smoke and barbecue all over again on Sunday. Sitting on my couch. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm just gonna be sitting on my couch. But yeah, man, go USA, baby. USA. And the number one guy on that team right now, man, is Diego Luna. And lo and behold, he's a Mexican American dude, and he's come out with a statement saying, when he grew up, his parents immigrated here, so he's first generation. But he embraced the United States, just like our family did, and we're we're very grateful for that, and our family's very grateful for that, and we've embraced the United States, the culture, and we're proud to be Americans, American citizens, and that's basically what he said, because they have a choice, man. A lot of Mexican Americans, they betray the United States and they go play for Mexico.
Yeah.
It's a betrayal. Let's be real, man. It's a betrayal. But this kid was like, nah, dog. I was born here. I was raised here. I'm gonna play for the United States, and I'm proud to raise that flag. Like, dude, he's a badass, man. You look at him. Have you seen him or no?
Yeah, I saw him.
He's a badass, bro.
He does.
He's
He
only
looks
20.
like a
I think he's
badass.
only like 21 years old. I could be wrong on that, but
Sheesh.
go Diego Luna, man. We got you, bro. We got your back on that, man. You do your thing, boy. You show them up. Show them up and tell them the truth, man. And let's go USA. July 6th. Watch it. And then let me see. There was something else I wanted. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about, man? While I look something up.
Nah, dude. Just
We're kind of free balling it here today, guys.
Yeah,
ladies
nah.
and
But
gentlemen.
honestly, nah, dude. Like, honestly, the only news I know so far this week has been hot. This week is in the game industry with the Xbox. I don't know if you know what's going on.
No,
with
what's
that.
going on with that, man?
So what's going on right now is they've actually let go, like, how many people, like, oh man, they let go like a number of staff. We're talking about 9,100 employees, and Microsoft is over 228,000 employees worldwide. So like what's going on right now, and you can even look it up. It's on IGN. And what's going on is basically just poor management. It's just poor management. We're talking about like people from, remember Perfect Dark, the game, right?
Hell yeah.
So
that was like a rival of 007, huh?
Yes,
Yeah,
it was
GoldenEye?
it was, and of course GoldenEye took over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what came first, Perfect Dark or GoldenEye?
I believe Perfect Dark came before.
Well, keep going, man.
GoldenEye.
I'll look it up.
So what's going on right now is they were going to do a remake of Perfect Dark because Microsoft has they bought out Rare from Nintendo. I don't know if you know about that.
No, I didn't know that.
Rare Productions is part of Microsoft, and Rare was going to work on a remake of Perfect Dark.
Okay.
Well, during their remake of Perfect Dark, I guess something happens in which it's now halted and they completely canceled creating Perfect Dark. So Perfect Dark and the production that was working on Perfect Dark is gone. So all those employees that were working on Perfect Dark are let go. They've also let go of other kinds of projects. There's other projects they've letting go. And the one that's the most surprising this is how you know this is poor management. This is not nobody else's problem, but Microsoft. It's Xbox people themselves, the Microsoft management themselves. They let go people from Call of Duty.
Oh damn!
People
From
who
Activision?
Yes, people who are working on Call of Duty, they let them go, and it doesn't make sense because Call of Duty is like their cash cow. They serve over like 60 million. Like
I don't.
they sell a lot of copies. They sell a lot of copies, and so what's going on is there's this huge issue, and a lot of people are angry. In fact, even what's her name? This one person who used to work with Xbox. Her name is Laura Freyer. Look her up on YouTube. She had a video about why people shouldn't buy Xbox anymore. Like she's straight up against it. Like she feels like I believe she has a whole video of it that the handheld Xbox system that's gonna come out is gonna be a waste of time, waste of money. Like
She could just be hating.
She could just be hating. She could be, but I mean, like,
Excuse me.
how are you not gonna take her side after that?
True,
You know, look what's going on with Microsoft. Now, is Microsoft dead? No, they're not. Microsoft is not dead. Xbox is not dead. Xbox is still kicking, but they have to work on their management. They have to work on their organization to actually figure out what they're going to do because Xbox, clearly, you can see they do not know what they're doing. So it's a big issue right now with Xbox. The whole Xbox thing. Also, they bought Activision. They bought Blizzard. And a lot of people, like when this happened, there was a lot of people saying they shouldn't have done that. That was they spent way too much on those productions, and now look what happened. They just let go people. If they didn't buy those productions, maybe most likely that wouldn't have happened.
That wouldn't have happened, yeah.
So there's a lot of just poor management in general that's going on right now.
Yeah, man, that's tough.
Yeah.
Damn. So no Xbox, huh?
Well, maybe like we'll see what happens. Like
Yeah.
maybe they might fix it.
Yeah. So I was looking, man. It looks like GoldenEye came out in 1997 and Perfect Dark came out in 2000.
Okay.
So Perfect Dark came out a couple years later.
All right.
Yeah. Now I remember we own GoldenEye. We have the video game, but our cousins had Perfect Dark, right? Did we borrow or did we rent Perfect Dark?
I think we rented it.
We rented it from Blockbuster,
Yeah.
I think, right? Or that other store, that other local store. Make a video, I believe. I don't know. Either way, for those who live in Danuba, they know. Nobody in Danuba listens to us though. But I don't think they do. I don't freaking know, dude. But yeah, man.
Yeah, so that's what's going on right now with Microsoft. But I kind of want to also. I found this weird little story on Instagram, and I don't know if it's true or not. Most
Yeah.
likely it's not, but
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, okay.
it was kind of interesting. It was kind of interesting story. So I guess like somewhere, and I'll show you a picture of it. One sec. Hold on.
Nice. Whoa. Nice.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is true or not, but I guess somewhere in like the when this in this era
Industrial Revolution. My man.
during the Industrial Revolution, I guess there was a story of a flying serpent attacking a train.
Like a legend. There was a legend.
Yeah,
of it.
there was like a legend of it. Now, of course, can it be fake? Probably
It
is.
says right there. Let's read it. A startling attack on a Southern Pacific Railroad train near Dos Palms, California. An express attack by a flying serpent, and the passengers firing at the monster with revolvers. Holy crap, dude!
Now, of course, can that be fake? It probably is. But I just
Yeah.
thought it was an interesting story
It
that
still
I
was
kind of saw.
interesting
It
story
was
regardless.
an interesting story regardless, and
Yeah.
I was like, huh. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that's what I saw earlier today.
Yeah, man. Hey, now for me, man, I saw this. And it's interesting as far as dragons, man, because there's a lot of conspiracies. Like, was there such thing as dinosaurs? How do we know they just weren't all freaking different kinds of dragons?
Well, I mean,
Right?
there's also the whole theory that dragons are just dinosaurs.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
What kind of crack are you smoking, Andrew? Didn't
Oh,
you just
okay.
hear what I said?
I just heard you say different kinds of dragons.
Different kind of dinosaurs.
Okay,
Is that what
there
I
you
meant
go.
to say? Am I on crack?
You said dragons. You said, how do you not know there was just different kinds of
How do you know
dragons?
that dragons are different kinds of dragons?
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I don't know.
Oh man, I'm
I-
on one today, dog.
I don't know if that's what I heard.
How
do you not know that dragons
How do you
are
know that the
dinosaurs?
dragons were actually different kinds of dinosaurs? My
Yes.
bad.
Yes. How do you know the dragons are
Holy
different
crap,
kinds of dragons?
bro.
There's
Holy
different kinds
crap.
of dragons?
Damn, I'm on one right now, man. Damn. But yeah, man, there's a conspiracy on that there's no such thing as dinosaurs. It's all just dragons.
Yeah, that the dinosaurs we know and talk about and see, and like fossils that we see, are what people used to call dragons.
Uh-huh.
And
In the legends and
yeah,
lore.
and there's also a historical showing that it wasn't until like I want to say like you said, the Industrial Revolution, around that area, that the ones that were like scientists were more like, hey, why don't we just call them dinosaurs?
Uh-huh.
And so then they gave them a name. Dinosaurs didn't really have a name. I gotta look what year it was. We'll talk about this another time when we talk about dragons and stuff. But there was a year where they finally claimed them that they're not dragons, they're dinosaurs. This is their name from here on out. So that is a story that I heard before too.
Yeah, well, not so much a story, just a conspiracy.
Yeah,
There's a
there you
theory
go.
out there.
Conspiracy theory.
But freaking, anyways, so I saw this video. My wife sent this to me. Anna sent this to me about babies, right? That for centuries. How can I start this topic, man? This topic's kind of going to be all over the place here. I'm going to try my best to explain it.
All right.
Not the best at explaining these things, but damn it, here we go. So, my wife's a stay-at-home mom, and it's interesting because she does a lot of research on the benefits of the baby and the mom being home, and I get it. There's me and Anna have the luxury of doing that. Yeah, we don't own a house, we don't have a lot of money, but I make enough to where I could provide for Anna to be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
I can still put money in the bank. I still have a savings. So I just don't. We don't live paycheck to paycheck. There was a moment, there's moments when we do. That's because we got to pay bills or whatever, Yeah. We got to catch up on bills or whatever. But once we do, we got money in the bank. I put it in, So we're well off. I have a decent job. I wouldn't say a great job, but it pays well. I mention all the time, not to talk about money, but I'm just giving an example to where we can live the lifestyle we live. It's a comfortable lifestyle, So she gets all these things and follows these certain pages about single moms or whatever, right? But there is a science behind, and we mentioned this on a couple episodes ago, or a couple shows ago, about that it's purposely done to strip away the parents from the children.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the government's way of trying to strip the family from being a family, basically.
Right. So check this out, man. And it's all done because of the almighty dollar, all because of profit.
Yeah, and the Rockefellers were part of that.
That's right. Yep, exactly. So let me get this guy's name back up again. Okay, so go ahead and look at these pictures. So there's this guy named, let's see, where is he at? Go to...
Which one?
That one right there.
The guy right there?
Yep.
All right.
All right, so this guy right here, his name is Luther Emmett Holt. He was an American pediatrician and an author, known for writing The Care and Feeding of the Children, a catechism for the use of mothers and children's nurses. So this guy, and then go to the next guy. The next guy is John B. Johnson. I was going to say not the dragon. The dragon's not John B. Watson.
That's John B. Watson?
There you go. That's John B. Watson. So he's an American psychologist, when it comes to children or whatever, right? So for centuries, I'm talking about centuries, right? Since the beginning of time, it's always, we've mentioned this before. Dad goes hunting, goes to work, does the killing, gets the food. Mommy stays home, cleans the house, the hut, the tribe, whatever, takes care of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
For centuries and eons, it's been like that. And some tribes to this day, it's still like that. Daddy's out hunting, working, mom's at home. So that's how me and Anna, we live our life. I go to work, I hunt,
Yeah.
in a way,
In a way.
mom, my wife stays home, cooks, cleans, takes care of the children.
Yeah, the providing. You do the providing.
I do the provide. Yeah. So I'm the I take care of the monetary part.
Yeah.
So that way they could live that life. My wife could stay
Mm-hmm.
home. But so it's always been like that, right? So these guys come in, and I believe I could be wrong. I don't know if they're part of the Rockefellers. They're they're under there. They're buddy with the Rockefellers.
Okay.
But they believed that babies should be trained, isolated, and controlled. You always hear that, right? Like, don't let the baby be around you so long. Teach independence. Don't let it sleep with you in the bed. Put it in the crib. Put it in the room. Leave the baby in his own room. Independence, right?
Yeah.
But tribes to this day, and like I mentioned eons ago, the baby was literally with the mama, like stuck to the hip, with the mama the whole time,
Okay.
right? So these two guys came, and this was during the Industrial Revolution, the early 1800s. Parents were becoming shift workers, and babies had to fit the assembly lines and the office schedules. So screw the kids. We need your ass at work, and somebody else will take care of the kids. Don't worry about them, but you need to be at work.
Okay.
So efficiency replaced instinct, and parenting became a science of control. Right,
Alright.
back to what we were talking about last time.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, that Holt in 1894, he made that book, wrote that book, The Care and Feeding of Children. He told mothers that crying alone was good for children, and in the newly born infant, the cry expands the lungs. Remember, everybody says that. It's good for the
Oh,
lungs.
yeah,
It's good for
yeah,
the lungs.
crying
That
is
came
good
from
for
this
the lungs.
jackass right here. Yeah. So that way, mommy and daddy could get to work. They could work their ass off and pay more taxes. And
Yep.
the rich get richer, right? But you could live the American dream. You have a white picket fence. You have a nice house. That doesn't exist no more.
Yeah.
Why? Because the industry and the millionaires want more. They want more. They want more. They
Yep.
want more. They want more. Yeah. So their philosophy, and a lot of philosophy of some people today, is just let them cry. Let them cry it out. It'll build independence, right? So in 1928, a psychologist, which was Watson, took things further.
Okay.
He treated babies like experiments,
Oh.
and the mothers like lab assistants. Yeah. So the moms participated. They did. I'm not talking about weird science experiments.
I know, but just the sound of it.
Just the sound of it sounds icky.
Icky, just awful.
So check this out, man. In his book, he said, never hug or kiss your child.
Okay.
If you must, kiss them once on the forehead before bedtime.
All right.
He even suggests shaking hands with your children in the morning.
Okay.
And he also told the parents, I guess the ones doing the science experiments, if he howls at night, let him howl. After all, mothers need rest so they can attend to their husbands. They need more energy. So not only are they working, but to attend to the husbands, which is not bad. I guess you could if you mention it.
I'm like, but at the same
time,
your
don't-
child is being neglected.
Right. See, so
Right.
why did people listen to Holtz and Watson's advice? Because capitalist society needed mothers to be efficient, not nurturing. Because screw all that, right?
Yeah.
Babies had to be trained for the system. Babies for the system, be
They're
trained,
babies.
and not loved on their own terms. Society was obsessed with progress, and the modern mother followed the guidance of the experts. Only irrational, emotional mothers were manipulated by a crying baby.
Okay.
Control became the goal, love became secondary. It became a threat.
Yeah.
Now you want to hear the kicker with Watson?
go.
There's not so much on the other guy, but with Watson, he had 4 children. 3 of them attempted,
Oh God.
1 succeeded. So 3 attempted, 1 actually went through and unalived themselves.
Yeah.
Is the proper term
the
on
proper
these
term.
channels.
Yeah.
His children blamed him for their pain, and he died alone on a farm in Connecticut, isolated and estranged.
Good. Good.
His granddaughter later said his ideas were a legacy of psychological damage. Here's the fact, and this is what I saw in that post. Fact is, these methods became parenting norms, as you see today. Not because they were right, but because they worked for the system. A system that demanded efficiency, not connection. Yeah. Here's another one. So you're not being manipulated by your baby by attending their needs. You're resisting rules built for factories, not families. Your instincts were outdated. They're what kept our species alive. Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, huh? And don't get me wrong, I'd rather live in a capitalist society than a socialist society.
Yeah.
You know, what socialism still is a part of capitalism in a way, you know, because it has to deal with the system. It's still a system.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, socialism is even more abrasive capitalism.
Greatly put, man. Greatly put.
It
There you
really
go.
is.
Greatly put. So, you know, the bad part about capitalism is crap like this. Money hungry a-holes.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and that's always the thing too. On paper, let it be capitalism or communism. On paper, they both sound amazing. They both sound great. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, communism, everyone is equal. Capitalism,
Woo, yeah.
yeah, communism, everyone's equal. Capitalism, you could grow and become better than what you are.
Mm-hmm.
So you got two different things. And then when people are involved with that paper, that's when everything gets all
Right.
mumbled.
Well, people abuse those systems.
Exactly.
Whether you're capitalist, communist. Communism is worse because they take religion out. They
Yeah.
take your freedoms. Literally, they tell you when to go to bed. They tell you what to eat. They tell you how much you could buy. To where capitalist society, we have freedoms. We are where we're at now because of a capitalist society.
Yeah.
We get to buy what we want, how much we want, where we want. We go to bed when we want. We listen to what we want. It's freedom.
Yeah.
The only expense is that you have to work your ass off to
Yeah,
get those
see,
freedoms.
There you go. That's and
And
that.
sometimes companies abuse that.
Yeah.
They know it, and that's where the bad part of capitalists is the abuse of it from companies.
Yeah.
And some politicians, you know. So, but I'd rather have that than getting killed for my beliefs, my Christian beliefs, or buying what I want, or you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
I'd rather choose the capitalist society,
Yeah.
you know, than socialism or communism. Capitalist, you could eat. Socialism, you gotta wait to eat, or you can't eat as much, or you gotta wait to eat because food runs out that way, you know. So, but anyway, man, there's a good example of a bad practice of capitalism right there.
There you go.
You know.
See, and that's the thing is it's good to like show both ways,
Play devil's advocate
play devil's advocate, and show the darkness of both sides.
of both systems.
So,
Yeah, yeah. But you know, and I should have made that clear on that one episode that we did where I should have made it clear that some people don't have the luxury of mom being home. Sometimes
Yeah.
mom, especially if they're a single mom, they have to work.
Yeah.
You know, so so I should have said that last time. I sounded a little too extreme last time, but
Yeah.
this time I'm making it clear that, you know, some people don't have that luxury. My wife has the luxury of staying home because
Yeah.
I make a decent wage.
Yeah.
You know, and so my son gets the benefit of being with mommy all day.
The thing is, what you should have said is that don't think that we're against women from working. That we don't
Exactly,
want
we're
women
not
to
against
not
that.
work.
I'm just
Women-
saying,
Yeah.
psychologically and historically, mommy is supposed to be home with baby.
Yes,
there's a
yes.
big benefit of that.
Yeah.
You know,
And men are supposed to step up.
men are supposed to be men and step up and work. Work.
Yeah. And if you and the thing is too is, you know,
And I'm talking like work your ass off.
And,
you know,
and the thing is
just-
too, if you get that girl knocked up, man up
Yep.
and take care of that child.
Damn right.
That
Take care of
child's
that
your
child.
responsibility.
Yep.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing that's kind of like disturbing too is that like we always show like like once the woman is alone, she's stuck with the kid. No, the man has to step up.
Yeah, but a lot of men aren't men, so they don't step up.
Yeah.
They don't take care of their seed. They don't take care of their kid. They don't take care of their woman. Bunch of bitches. That's what men. I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about men. Some men are bitches out there, man. You know, and they're not men. They're little babies. They're little girls. They don't step up to the plate. They don't take care of their children. They're not in the picture. Be a man. Be an American man. Be a man. All right. Let's end our show.
I think that ended it great right
I
there,
think
bro.
we
You
ended
said
that
it.
great.
You said it great. Let's finish it up.
USA. 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 God bless. Take care. See you next episode.
Catch you next time.
Peace.